Yo, morning guys. Welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. This is the psychiatric, self-therapeutic, multimedia project to solve the problems, challenges, obstacles in our lives, both as a self-improvement process to reach the heights, goals, and ambitions that I've set for myself, as well as those around me. If you'd like a brief introduction into how we break down the Ahn Rho Project into domains of life, sub-series analogies, and so on and so forth, you can check it out on the previous live streams for the past 3.5 years, straight up to January 2021 and beyond for more updated versions. That being said, let's dive into the second segment, second out of 11 different segments spread across about 15-minute live stream. Won't take too much of your time. Most likely we are going to have two different live streams today, so I want to mention two quick things. First of all, in this second segment, yes, I'm going through the table of contents, going to run through it, but there's a lot of structural reorganization, so there's going to be quite a few changes over the coming weeks and months, and the same segments will be moved around quite a bit. Next thing I should mention about the table of contents also, I'm going to skip ahead, and just note that if you would want to get right into the content, which is phase 2 of the live stream and beyond, you can just skip ahead. If you're watching this as a video, just skip ahead by about 5 minutes, and then you'll skip all the introductory bits, especially if you watched this before or you're a returning viewer. That being said, table of contents, let's break it down. Phase 1, 2, and 3. Three different phases across the stream. Phase 1 is introductory bits, like the first segment. The second one is table of contents. You're listening to that right now. The third is disclaimers, or really things to keep in mind about being honest and how to conduct the stream. Then we move into the second phase. Second phase is the directory. So what you see is what you get. Take a look on stream. We have a whole bunch of segment 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5 different segments. First one's directory, covers podcasts, all the media assets associated with the Ahn Rho Project, including the live stream and audio recordings. The second one has to do with, the segment 5 then afterwards has to do with storytelling and commentary. So a lot of things I can't show you visually, like relationships, is tied into segment 4 and 5. Then 6 is on social media assets, educational materials, and so on and so forth, which you see a little bit here on the bottom right hand side, not maximized enough, but stuff like philosophy or educational psychology, stuff like that. Moving on after that is photography, which you see a lot of right here, is like food, dietetics, nutrition, purchases, items, equipment. That has a lot to do with segment 7 bleeding into 8, which covers finance and documenting, like measurement, budgeting, finance, fitness. If I bring down the screenshot, you'll see that segment 8 has a lot to do with the laptop. Basically, I would show you the spreadsheets. That wraps up phase 2. Phase 3 then dives into the most active part of the stream. We get up, we move around on stream. So as region D1 or the D4, the backdrop, we move around, cover the inventory physically. It's very active, it's more engaging. And then we sit down in segment 10 and 11 to just sort of say, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them on the left-hand side panel. I will try to get back to you then, as well as deliver take-home messages to take care of your health as usual, yourself. Make sure you be a strong, disciplined, responsible individual, so you can take care of all the people around you as well. Okay, so that's kind of table contents. Moving on, disclaimer 1, 2, 3. First one, we have to be real, raw, and genuine and cover the things good, the bad, and the ugly on stream. We cannot shy away from non-PC topics, of course, because emotional baggage, stuff like that. It is in part of the Ahn Rho Project to do this as an analogy, as a time record, sorry, of my life, and so it doesn't serve me any purpose to not be honest. I had to be honest. Second thing I have to mention, of course, is also that we're going to do this as a high utility stream. It's clearly got a lot of things to do. It's a very purposefully driven stream, so I tend to be more serious. Just want to make sure you understand that. It doesn't mean that you can't, leave jokes or try to lighten up the atmosphere. Actually, that's well appreciated. And like I said, I'll try to get back to you if you do try to leave any comments. Last thing, the third last thing, we also try to treat the Ahn Rho Project and life as a game. So we apply game theory over to mechanics over to this by analogy. It's not just a game, it's not just a time record, it's also a game. So, okay, moving on to the second phase of the stream now. We have a lot of stuff to cover, so things are a little bit messy. If you couldn't tell, I don't have things as organized as I usually would. I'll lower the music in a little bit now. And what you see here, I want to showcase in segment 4. So we're just gonna very briefly here show all the media assets for the day before we enter segment 6. But so let's dive into the media assets. Okay, we have Okay, where is it? Where is it? There we go. So this is for today. Actually, the past 24 hours. 3 out of 4 recordings are shown here. One had to do with philosophical, a lot of personal reflection. Another one had to do with me just being at the workplace and just trying to um, get a gist of how I interact with my colleagues, so that I can also just get to remind myself of what I am so fortunate to have, all the people around me who mean so much to me. Down the road, I can just listen to the recordings and, oh, I remember when so and so, well, was inside my own social circle, and I never really had that for most of my life. So it's kind of like family. Another thing I also have here is like a recording of just trying to get along with my domestic guardians and my brother. So that's another conversation there that was down on the recording. So overall, that's everything on the left hand side panel for personal utility purposes. I'm not covering any more detail than that. And then, of course, usually on the right hand side, I would put the live stream title. Today, I don't have that there, but it does say testing prototype. And the reason for that is, of course, we're going to be covering the contraptions that I made yesterday for the drop leg and patching up, particularly my legs, my left knee, and my right thigh on the pants, the cargos, as well as the phone device, which we'll get to in a second. Okay, in I believe about 5 minutes time when we cover photography. All right, so that's the directory and relationships. So segment 4 and 5 kind of just knocked out the bat. Very quickly, want to mention, of course, that also in the title has something to do with finance. You can see that if you are watching, it's like $332 worth of items. We'll get to that in a moment. Divided across, I don't know, some odd like 60 items or 72 items. We'll get to that in a segment, I believe 8. Okay. So move on to segment 6, which is which is the media assets. Get rid of that. So we have a lot of media assets clearly today. I'm going to pull up right here so you can see the mass collage of items here. We have to continue into the second stream today, unfortunately, because there's so much to do, but that's all right. I see we have 7 minutes in, so you can see a lot of stuff here, just a collage of things from Wendy's and so on and so forth. So we're going to get into the details, the nitty gritty of it all, as well as the photography here having to do with testing prototypes. So I'm going to expand this a little bit and you can see just how detailed it is. Me patching myself up. Okay. All right, let's move on to, like I said, the photography of, oh, wait, the media assets here too. So segment 6. All right, Stoic Reflections page right here on Instagram. Every person's happiness is their own responsibility. So copyright notice is not my stuff. This is on Stoic Reflections. This is all credit goes to them. And this is just something that really hits personally with me. Stoicism is a very fundamental part of my life ever since I was a little kid. So Abraham Lincoln right here. But anyways, the point is, whether you agree with this or not, I know that there's a caveat here. Some things are really not within your control, but even so, all the more responsibility placed on your shoulder to make sure that doesn't get to you. It's that you don't focus on things that are outside of your arm's reach. So anyways, that's the only thing I have in terms of digital assets. Now we're going to move on straight to photography, which is segment 7. So like I said, I just showcased all the bandaging and the patches up. So this is my right thigh right there. You can see there's a hairpin with that kind of hair tie binding the top layer over. I can show you right here in better resolution as my finger is stuck inside. So this is my left hand, my left thigh. My fingers kind of inside. You can see my leg a little bit. Don't get too dirty with it, but basically there's a pin, a party pick stuck through a hairpin that's kind of been contorted, distorted, and then I put a hair tie around that to bind it together. That's that kind of little black knot, if you can't see. And then of course I pinned that across the triangular bandage, and so this is what it looks like, right? So it's like 4-piece equipment. We got the pick, we got the hairpin, we got the tie, the elastic band, as well as the bandage itself. And here's the left. So here's me sitting down. Like I said, my right thigh on the left hand side and my left knee on your right hand side. Watching right now, same thing here, up close. And so you can see me standing up here as well with an umbrella as I was going out. There's like thunderstorms, so you can see it doesn't exactly cover completely the holes in my pants, but whatever, good enough. So it works out pretty well. I mean, again, sitting down, left knee, right leg, and the same thing here. It is when I don't have it. You can see that the pocket's showing if I don't have it bandaged up. So it's quite severe cuts. These are like 4-inch deep cuts from one side to the other. Again, showing my thigh here, my leg on the inside, and here's me tying it up. Just a knot. You don't see the pin here so much. Yeah, and the pick sticking out, protruding on the other side. Of course, keep in mind that it is obviously a little bit sharp. You can see that the party pick is a bit, I have to be careful about where I stick it, about where I place my hands when I'm working. I don't want to stab myself accidentally. Okay, moving on to photography now. Okay, so, media assets. We gotta backtrack a little bit here for a second. Gotta mention very quickly, in media assets, I was talking about philosophy and stoicism. Here's gaming and entertainment. So actually, I had to get this done yesterday, but I downloaded it on both an external computer desktop, as well as updated on my laptop, Maple Story. So this is a long time ago game. I don't really log in except for maybe once a month just to check out for updates. So that's about it. It was something else that I consider a task just to alleviate the stress, typically about half an hour per month. Okay, so back on track. So we had two purchases yesterday, Tim Hortons and Wendy's, and the Wendy's is split into 4 items, about $10. Majority of the items I gave over to my brother, but I ate a sandwich myself. So the Tim Hortons, I ate all of that myself. So what you see is what you get. We have kind of like a donut here, strawberry shortcake donut. I'll show you in a second, and iced cappuccino because it was like 35 degrees outside yesterday, boiling hot. And then you can let's showcase that's the Wendy's there. Let's showcase the strawberry shortcake. So a very nice donut right there. A very nice photography. I want to put this over on, like I said, in the future, maybe a year, 6 months down the road, I can start organizing and putting everything onto a food platform like Yelp or a review site. And then we can move over down here and cover the Wendy's. Okay, so we can see the inside. There were, I believe, 2 junior cheeseburger deluxes and 1 spicy chicken wrap. And so that's stuff that I will have to show you in segment 9, probably in the second live stream. Right here you can see all the garbage. Everything's just kind of littered all over the place on the desk. But here's the chili cheese nachos, right? Spicy chicken wrap, chili cheese nachos, and 2 chicken burger deluxes. I mean, cheeseburger deluxes. And again, the nachos and 1 burger and the wrap were given over to my brother as just because I just wanted to treat him. In fact, I gave it over to my father initially, saying that he could take one, but I said he might be sick. I heard him coughing a lot, so that was that. And he didn't end up eating. But anyways, here's the napkins, here's the forks, and here's the Wendy's burger that I half ate, and that's about it. I want to mention here, there's also some food here, class 2 food, sardines, onions, stuff like that. So like I said, a lot of stuff to cover here, as well as traditional Chinese cooking vegetables, just some leafy green stems. So here's what it looks like, and I ate about 3 portions at least of the sardines and the fish. So class 2 has to do with insecurities. That's why I have to document it and say I have to appreciate what I have and just to be thankful for the cook in there. All right, so here's just a mass collage of everything. Like once again, you can see here the burger, the cheeseburger, as well as the strawberry shortcake. Here's the nachos. I ate like about a third portion or quarter portion of it. Here is, of course, the strawberry shortcake donuts, and once again, not very good for me. But and here's me standing up. So here's me standing up. You can see once again the sardines, the everything up there. Tim Hortons cappuccino. But most importantly, you can see me standing up here with the 2 patches on my left thigh, on my left knee, and my right thigh. And that kind of covers the testing prototype for today, as well as all the food here. So I'm going to use this as thumbnail for the next live stream. In about maybe 45 minutes, I'll start the second live stream. And we'll move into segment 9, which is basically the most active part of today's live streams. We have to cover the inventory in physical format. Alright, so I see you all there. This is Ahn signing out. Ciao. Very soon, in an hour.